It's November 8th, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a failed assassination, a journalist silenced by secrets, and a discovery that illuminated the unseen. Let's begin. On November 8, 1939, deep inside the Munich beer hall, a simple carpenter named Georg Elsor waited for history to change. For weeks, he had worked alone at night, hollowing out a pillar behind the speaker podium. Hiding in it, a carefully built bomb wired to detonate during Adolf Hitler's annual speech. Elsor wasn't part of a resistance group. He had no army, no backing, only his conviction. He believed that the death of one would save millions. That evening, Hitler began his address earlier than planned. He spoke for less than an hour and then left the hall at 9:07 p.m. 13 minutes later, the bomb exploded. 8 souls were lost, dozens wounded, but the target had already boarded his train, his coat still dusted with the smoke of the hall he just escaped. When Elsor was captured the same night trying to flee the border, he confessed everything, calmly and proudly. He spent 5.5 years in Nazi custody before being executed just days before the war ended. How different history would have been with the shift of 13 minutes. This story has so many what-ifs, and our world would have been a very different place because of it. On November 6, 1965, one of America's most famous journalists was found dead alone in her Manhattan townhouse, her notes missing and her secrets buried. Her name was Dorothy Kilgallen, a sharp-witted columnist, television star, and the only journalist to ever interview Jack Ruby, the man who killed Lee Harvey Oswald. For months, Dorothy had been digging into the JFK assassination, claiming she was on the verge of uncovering the truth. Friends said she carried a hidden file filled with names, evidence, and something powerful enough to shake Washington. But on the quiet November morning, she was found sitting up in her bed, fully dressed, a cocktail of alcohol and drugs in her system. Her investigation notes were gone. The official report called it an accidental overdose, but to many it looked like silencing. The woman knew too much. Today, her missing papers have never surfaced. The questions she asked still hang unanswered in the air. So was it really a staged assassination or an overdose like they claim? On November 8, 1895, in the dimly lit laboratory in Würzburg, Germany, a physician named Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen noticed something impossible. Across the room, a screen began to glow, even when no light touched it. He had discovered something that shouldn't exist, a new kind of ray, something invisible and silent, able to see through solid matter. When he placed his hand between the tube and the screen, he saw it, a shadowy outline of bones. For the first time in history, humanity looked inside itself. But wonder soon turned to fear. These rays could pierce flesh, reveal secrets, and no one could understand what they might do to the body. Today, we call it International Day of Radiology, a celebration of the discovery that saved countless lives, yet began as a moment that blurred the lines between science and supernatural. Science is full of abbreviations, especially in Latin. I find it interesting that the X in X-ray literally stands for nothing. It was named that way because, honestly, he didn't know what to call it. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next eerie dose is just a day away.